What's up, YouTube? This video is going to be showing you how to set up your maps for with roles, so that you can do like specialized maps with like Santa Clauses versus elves, or vampires versus dragons, or whatever you might want to, however you might want to set it up. You don't even have to be characters, but if you don't want. So a couple things you got to do. First of all, we got to go to the event editor, and we'll have to do a couple things. Okay, first thing we want to do is want to go to roles, and we want to add two roles because we're going to add Santa Clauses. There's going to be Santa Clauses versus elves. Okay, so first one up here, he's going to be Santa, so we name him Santa. And then for his description, we're just going to put the man. And just to let you know, when you're working in the event editor, every time you edit one of these boxes, you have to actually close the hit close on that box. You can't just go into the next. You can't. It looks like you can. Like I can go from here to here to here, and it looks like and it'll change the thing will change, but the only one that will be edited was the very first one that you went into. So like if I went in here and I set that for 100, which I'm going to do, if I don't hit that close and I go to something else and I change the numbers, that 100 will be the only thing that gets changed. Okay, so there's the man, and then down here we're going to go elf and helper. It's going to be his description. Close. All right, and then he's going to get 100 armor too to start with. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to choose what they look like. Now, as it is right now, they just come in with their whatever their avatar that they have. But we're going to choose, because this is going to be Santa Claus versus elves, PJ Santa and Santa's helper Steve. Okay, at this point, you can adjust. You can actually come in with I think a maximum of 500. I'm not sure what the maximum health is, but I usually just limit. It might be 200 health is to be the maximum. But I do change my speed to 140. And I change the fling to 200. And I do that down here with him as well. 140. Close. And 200. All right. Now we've got our two characters, and we've got their what they're going to come in with. Now let's give them some gear. We're going to give them each three weapons. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set the weapons up. They're going to go into slot 1. Next one's going to go in slot 2. This one's going to go in slot 3. Close. I'm going to do the same thing down here. 1, 2, 3. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and come back and make sure that I see it didn't save those because I thought that on the top one that I actually went from box to box. I didn't actually hit the close button on them. All right, there we go. Now we're going to change these all to 5s. The rarities are 0 is a white star, 1 is a blue star, 2 is a purple star, 3 is a gold star, and 4 it's 1 is a white star, 2 is a blue star, 3 is a purple star, 4 is a gold star, and 5 is a red. So we're going to make these all red. All right, and that sets each one of these. Now all 6 of the weapon, the 3 that the elf get and the 3 that Santa get are be all red weapons. Okay, and now we're going to set how many bullets that they start with, how much ammo each one of them starts with when they first start off. Now it'll give them the closest to this amount that they actually the guns hold. I just put 200 in there just as a round number. All right, now that sets. These are all going to have plenty of ammo. Now let's pick the weapons. Now right here, we're going to pick first weapon for this guy here is going to be. We're going to go with a RFB, and then we're going to second weapon is going to be a SPR, and the third weapon is going to be a rocket launcher. But we're not going to give the rocket launcher 200 rockets because that's too many. We're going to give the rocket launcher 10 rockets, which I think it'll give it 13, but I'm not sure. Okay, so that's RFB, SPR, yep, all right. Now we'll go down here to this one, and we're going to give him, we're going to start him off with a CX4, a AWP, AWP that is, and we'll give him, the same thing, same rockets, and we'll go 10 on those as well. That way they both even. Okay, now that with this right here, you now have your rolls set up for. Oh wait, we're not ready yet. We got to add buff. So I'd like to have magazine multipliers. So what I'm going to do is add a buff. I'm going to show you how to add buffs right here. Add a buff, and in this buff we're going to call magazine multiplier. Okay, and this is going to make bigger clips. This is going to be a permanent one. Well, it's not permanent, but it's going to, the time permanent is going to be permanent. We're going to go notify. For the color, we're going to go and we're going to go where's the bullets? There they are. There we go. But we're going to change something about that. There we're going to go. There we go. All right, we're going to add something else here too. We're going to add. First we got to do the magazine multiplier. Multiply it by 500%. That's the max you can do on it. The affected weapons are going to be all of them, so we're just not going to do nothing here. If you wanted to deselect specific weapons to have this to it, you would exclude those weapons. And if you wanted to, and if there was like if this was something that you only wanted a couple weapons for, which I'll show you on the next one, you would do the affected weapon. So we now have the magazine multiplier right there, and the next buff effect we're going to add to this buff is a fire rate multiplier, and we're going to add this one. Going to make this one 140. Go any higher than that, and it really is just overwhelming. And we're going to do 4 weapons here. We're going to do a CX4. We're going to do a RFB. We're going to do a silenced MP9, and we will do a MP5 if I find it. There we go, MP5. All right, and then that'll be it for that. So that adds that buff effect there. Now back into the rolls. Now that we have a buff and we have our rolls, now we come to our buff effect on the rolls, and we just click right here, and that will be magazine multiplier. Up, magazine multiplier, and up here we'll do the same thing. Add buff, and it's going to be magazine multiplier, and that gives us the R2 characters here and here. Now we need that to set up so that they will actually spawn in the rolls. So with that, we have to do add 2 things to our event editor. Add 2 events. First, we're going to add match setup. Match setup. This is going to be for all players. And we're going to set condition. If selected object team ID is equal to, we're going to change this from value to variable to team ID 0, team ID, then we will set role to Santa. Okay. Then we're going to put else condition if selected objects team ID equals, again, change the value to variable, team 1 team ID, set role elf. Now right here you would be done for the most part, but there's still one more thing we got to add, and that is we have to go back to our event, and we have to go and add one more, which is player joining. So if a player joins as well. So if player joins, we're going to go add a condition. If joining player team ID, oh wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. If joining player team ID variable equals team 0 team ID set role Santa. Oh, I didn't set one, did I? Santa. Else, add a condition. If selected objects team ID equals variable team 1 team ID, set role, elf. And with that, you now have your event editor. Let me check that one more time. Match setup, player joined. Yep. And roles. Yep. Got their buff. Yep. And with that, all we have to do is when we come into the game, the red players should be elves or Santas, and the other player, one side should be elves and one side should be Santas. Okay, let me take a screenshot. That's all there is. Lock copies and go publish it. For the hell of it. And then we're going to go test it, and now we'll see if it works. Don't have to worry about what you bring into the game, because it's going to have our weapons already given to us.
You have lost the lead. You have gained the lead.
See it, Santa Clauses versus elves.